Well, here we are on our infrared camera. We're going to start driving again, and we're going to be carrying on our drive to see whether we can find you guys more game or we can see any other interesting stuff. So now being dark, so it's starting to become a night time, and we might get to be lucky maybe to see some owls as well. So this is a good time for that. And there can be some other nocturnal birds, nocturnal animals. So let's go ahead and enjoy it. See that? It's called it's what is called the elegant grasshopper. So just gonna try and get the image correct. See, this is one of the grasshopper species that doesn't have the wings to fly. And the reason why is that it's because this grasshopper, it's actually got all these beautiful colors, if you can see, on its back and on the head as well. It's actually having this yellow, little red, black and orange colors. So the reason why it's having all those colors is for its own protection, you know, so that shows danger. So this is one of the poisonous grasshoppers that we have in the area. So that's the reason why it doesn't have the wings to fly. It's because it's got its protection on it. So remember, if you see an insect with all these beautiful colors on it, all these beautiful brighter colors on it, then you know that indicates poisonous on that particular insect. So all the times, it can be a butterfly, it can be these grasshoppers, it can be like a beetle. So all the insects that doesn't have feathers, I mean wings to fly, to be able to fly, they've got these colors on them as a brighter, beautiful brighter colors. And those bright colors indicates poisonous. So all the predators that goes for insects, they know this is not the one to be eaten, and they'll avoid this one quite easy. So it's only armed with its hind legs, so they can only jump, and also they cannot actually jump too far. And the reason why they cannot do that is because of all the poison they have. You know, they are well protected by that poison. So we're looking at some butterflies and stuff. If you actually find butterflies with like a beautiful red, bright colors, or it can be bright orange colors, that also indicates poisonous. So those kind of butterflies, they won't fly quite fast. They fly very slowly, and that is because they are... Yeah, go ahead.
Before you start driving, I've just got a question from Karen. And she wants to know do you have a favorite animal or a bird, and which is it?
Yes, I do have a favorite animal, and my favorite animal is it's a rhino. Doesn't matter if it's a black or white, but the rhino are my favorite animals.
Well, could you explain a bit more? Why is it your favorite animal, and give us a story about one of those that you've experienced in the bush?
Okay. Can I explain to you in another 2 minutes? I just want to drive up a little bit because there's a vehicle coming from behind us. We just want to give them a space to drive across.
Yes, but go ahead.
It's coming out as my favorite animal, and that's just because of looking so prehistorical, kind of an animal. If you look at that animal, it looks so powerful and so energetic. And if you ever actually had some time to just watch and follow the animal as much as you could, or as much as you can, well, you can see what I'm talking about. That one particular animal, he actually looked almost like one of those old prehistorical animals. And rhino is such a very powerful animal. He's white rhinos. They are the grazers, so they're eating grass, and black rhinos are the browsers, which they are eating leaves from the trees. And they can easily browse up to about 142 different species of the trees as a black rhino. And white rhinos, they go for quite a lot of different kind of grass. And those animals, they spend most of their time moving around at night, which they are the nocturnal animals. And during a day, they will actually go and find a spot to relax and take it easy. So that means they get active at night time. I mean, around the afternoon, I'd say roughly around 3:30. But in a day like today, they couldn't really get themselves activated from that time because it was obviously quite hot. So I say from the day like today, most of the rhinos might have actually been moving out of the bushes to the water holes at about 4 o'clock, which by then it's actually cooling off, and they're starting to wander down to the watering holes. They're not just walking; they're walking and they're feeding at the same time. We got something there. They're feeding and they're walking at the same time, and oh, we got something here. Small antelope called a duiker, and this is what is called a common or grey duiker. He is one of the nocturnal antelopes that we have, and he obviously got caught on the spotlight. You can see he's running around, and that tells us that he doesn't like our light, and we're not going to leave a light on him for a while. We're going to actually give him a chance. You know, sometimes when you're having a light on him like that, there's quite a higher possibility that he might actually get blinded quite easily, and after being blinded like that, so there's a possibility that he might actually get to run into the vehicle, and he can easily hit the vehicle and actually wound himself. So that's why we're taking off the light off him. And if it's a daytime, then it's such a great time to actually spend your time watching him. But for now, we're sorry we couldn't leave the light for that long. And that is the one antelope that will spend its time for the whole night wandering around. They do actually get hunted by predators like leopards. Lions as well, they can actually hunt them, but leopards are the ones that we tend to see killing these antelopes quite a lot. And when they ever kill them, there's quite a higher possibility that they'll take them up in the trees, you know, to save them away from all the hyenas and the lions. And obviously the duiker got away, and that is a male. You can tell the male from the female by its horns. So the male has got horns and the females, they don't have horns. So to most of our antelope species, we're only having 2 antelope species that we have in this area, which is a sable antelope, and the wildebeest. That male and the female will have horns, but the rest of them, it's only the males, and the females are hornless. They don't have horns, which most of the people in the States, they'll actually call the horns the antlers. So we don't have antlers here, we're only having horns. Right, we can